This is reposted.
Today's idea comes from Jim Rohn. He says, either you run the day or the day runs you. As someone that says he's out of control all the time and he needs his wife to rein him in, what's running you today?
Well, here's the deal, Andrew. As you know, because you're a big-time football player back in the high school days, the best defense is good offense.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're playing offense, you're not playing defense.
I don't know if that's tracking. I think defense wins championships.
Listen, the best defense is a good offense. You can't win the game if you don't score points, Andrew.
I feel like there's also a Big Lebowski quote in there.
There probably is, but I was actually thinking of this being a scene out of not Good Will Hunting, the Robin Williams flick where he's the teacher and they're all standing on the desks, and he says to them, either you run the day or the day is going to run you. No, that's not what he says. He says, carpe diem. No, he says, I forget what he says.
All right.
But I feel like this is this big motivational speech. Like someone's looking at you and go like, hey, you know what, Larry? You either run this day or it's going to run you.
I think we're talking in pretty macro terms right now.
Oh, you want to get on my calendar, do you?
Yeah. I think micro, if I look at a day where I write down a list of what I need to do versus I wake up and just start doing stuff, I think I'm going to be a lot more productive versus just like reacting to things. And I think maybe be more proactive versus being reactionary is what Jim maybe is trying to tell us.
Of course that's the case. Of course. And then life gets in the way and you can't do that.
Yeah, but if you start that way, you're going to have more control over. I mean, are you saying start driving down the highway at 55 miles an hour and throw the steering wheel out? I mean, I think there's steps you can take to mitigate that.
Oh, you're using the old throw the steering wheel out analogy on me, are you? Okay. Yeah. Here's the example let's try to make this practical. The example is, I feel like we've talked about this before, emails, right? People that work hard have lots of emails, and my wife, for instance, I don't work very hard, but she does. I know she works hard. I know that I don't.
Yeah.
Her rule is, and should be, she tries to, is that you can't answer emails consecutively all day long. Right. You have to set a portion of time to do it because your attention wanes. Every time you go from what you're doing to answering an email, you're losing like 2 minutes of attention.
Right.
So I feel like that's a very offensive strategy. You got to be strategic about how you answer your emails.
So yeah, the best offense is a good offense.
Why do you not like my analogy? Why do you?
I mean, I think it works, and maybe we just don't have that much to say about this because it seems so obvious. It's like
no. Here's how. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Forget all of what I just said. Just forget all that.
All right, today's quote comes from.
If you have a mission statement for what you're trying to accomplish, like you have a theme for your life or business or whatever, and you stick to that and let that drive what you're doing, that's the offense.
Yeah. Being focused is important. I remember 5 or 6 years ago, I took a sabbatical and I was like, I'm going to travel the world. I've always wanted to travel the world. And I didn't know anything outside that. And it was paralyzing being like, where should I go? And I ended up going to Asia, and it was awesome. But like having unlimited possibilities can be crippling. So like you need to take charge and just start moving in a direction. Maybe. What do you think about that?
Look, did that one stick? Put that on the wall? No, I think it worked. No, but here, I really, first of all, it feels like there's a ghost behind you. Feels like anyways, I really believe this is carpe diem. You got to seize the day. If you don't seize the day will seize you. See how that worked out there?
All right.
Seize the day.
I want to go on record as saying I think this is the best show we've ever done.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I do too.
If you have a post you'd like us to explore, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Ghost Andrew Keller for Larry Roberts saying thanks for stopping by.